Hey everybody, it is May 9th. I'm Adam and this is your daily dose of today. Today I want to offer you some encouragement about the importance of sticking with the process. And I know you probably feel like I talk about this all the time, but it is something that unless you follow a process, you need to hear over and over and over again to encourage you to stick with it until it becomes your routine. And why am I on this again today? Because I want to share my process or my progress on my process. When I started this, I shared the journey that I'm not where I wanted to be fitness-wise, health-wise, from my post-op surgery. Not only was my shoulder not well because I just had surgery, but my overall nutrition and everything had fallen apart over the course of, at the time, I think 8 weeks. So I gained more weight than I had, and I certainly wasn't strong to where I wanted to be. And I've shared my journey since then, how it's been some ups and downs. And I think last Wednesday, I shared how I woke up and I was 3/10 over my target weight. And I was so excited because I figured the next day, bam, I'm going to sink it. And I went the other way. I was 6/10 above. Well, guess what happened? The next day I was again 6/10 above. And I kept going up, up, up. So much so that on Monday, I was actually 7 pounds above that milestone weight. Talk about disheartening. Yes. Was I mad? I mean, I guess I was mad. I was certainly upset. I was like frustrated 130%. But I wasn't discouraged because I knew my process was sound. But that being said, I follow the same advice that I've been giving you guys about small steps and reevaluating fast feedback cycles. Now, if I wasn't trusting my process, then I might have, reevaluated come Thursday or Friday or Saturday and said, you know what, like I'm doing these things every day and it's not working. I'm going in the wrong direction and try to change course. But that's not what it's about. It's not about being reactionary. It's not about being reactionary to that individual moment circumstances. It's about being able to analyze the feedback and take it in as a whole. Case in point. So yes, my weight was climbing up every day. But as it was climbing up, you know what I did? I didn't take the process for granted either. I didn't say, well, I know this works, so I'm not worried about it. No. What I actually did was I went and made sure I was aligning to the process. I was taking self-inventory and being honest with myself. Going back, am I sure I'm getting the right proteins, fats, and carbohydrates in my diet? Am I sure I'm getting the right level of exercise? Am I being as active as much as I should? Am I getting the water in that I should? Am I getting my omega-3s and all these things? So I have simple steps of things that I do. And I was going back and validating, like, am I really doing these things or am I taking something for granted? Am I taking for granted, the amount of macros and something I eat? Because I'm a creature of habit. I eat almost the same thing every day. Am I taking for granted, do I need to go back and reanalyze? And I did. Like, is this right? Is this right? And so through a series of trusting the process and going back and validating myself, inspecting myself to make sure I am actually following the process, I had the confidence to say, I know all the external indicators are telling me I'm going in the wrong direction, but I know I'm headed in the right direction. Why? Because I use common sense, I use scientific method to inspect myself, and I followed and I was committed to the process. And these things are so, so important. Because a lot of us get started, or try to get started, and A, we don't have a plan, which is destined for failure. B, we don't have a great plan. Or C, we don't stick to the plan. And I think the most important pieces of this are A and C. You have to have a plan, and you need to stick with the plan. But it's not so important that you have a great plan. Even if you have a good plan, or a mediocre plan, if you stick with it, you will get the results. It might take longer than what you want, but you will get the results and you will grow from it because you will learn to improve that process if we use fast feedback. Now, when I woke up today, or when I woke up yesterday, I was 3 pounds away from my milestone. So I was back on the right track, down 4 from Monday. And then when I woke up today, guess what? 2 pounds under my milestone weight. Milestone weight. So I lost 5. Now, it wasn't through starving or anything crazy like that. It was just nature working its course. So now on the other side, how can I reflect and look and see what happens? Well, obviously there's salts and waters and other things, but as I've been going through the last few weeks, my strength has been returning. I've been doing a lot more strength training, so that's certainly inflammation, if you understand how strength building works. Inflammation from the micro tears in my muscles, inflammation probably from my joints and stuff swelling up. But then also too, I'm adding muscle mass, right? And certainly I didn't add 7 pounds of muscle mass. That would have been awesome. But I'm adding muscle mass because I'm feeding myself, because I want to get healthy. I want to get strong more than getting lean. I want to get strong. So all these things factor in, and then nature kind of running its course over the last few days, nature flushing things out that no longer needed. Here I am. So truth be told, I'm much leaner, I'm sure, than I was this time a week ago, though, it might be 1.5 pounds difference from, or almost 2 pounds difference from what I weighed last week. But I'm certainly probably reflective more leaner than that. I know my clothes are looser, and I feel more defined. Anyway, I say these things to say, look, I'm consuming the same thing I'm espousing to you. And the success that I'm having today is because I've learned from my failures, and I want to try and give that knowledge to you that you can leverage it. But most important thing is learning to stick with the process, being analytical of yourself, and being honest with yourself about committing to that process. Because a lot of us like to look at the process and say, yeah, I'm pretty much doing that. You either are or you aren't. You're either following the plan or you're not. If you're quasi-following the plan, you're doing something else. You're not doing the plan. And so then you have to just ask yourself, am I really that committed? Do I need to change my plan? Or am I not aligned to what my goals really are? Do I really want to lose weight? Do I really want to get fit? Or do I really just want to sit on the couch and eat Doritos? The choice is yours. How you define success is up to you. I define it my way. You'll define it yours. Anyway, I hope this is an encouragement today. This has been your Daily Dose of Today.